Numbers when he started against Texas is in place of Chris Bassett as he fires strike one.
In the league in stolen bases. That's rather historic for a guy to be leading the National League. He has a chance to break that record. And a swing and a miss, and Williams strikes him out to start the night. Injury for a month, and he has been hot since coming back. And he hits the first pitch on the ground foul, 0-1. They could all be Wordle answers.
That's right.
Fouled away by Wendell, and it's 0-2. Bats because of injuries, but he is a really good player. And he takes the pitch high from Williams, 1-2. Marlins' best player this year. Two-hopper handled by McNeil. And he gets Wendell, and 2 quick outs for Trevor Williams. Earlier, they just chose not to. And that's a classic example of management owners crowd in the Angels last night. So they played at night rather than helping the team competitively by playing earlier in the day. Having a terrific year, hitting .311, 5th in the National League. And he fouls back the fastball from Williams, and it's 0-2.
You know, we talk around the league what teams are helped by the DH.
1-2. And the high fastball misses, 1-2 to Cooper. He's been hurt so much over the course of his career. And he takes the pitch just off the corner, and it's 2.
Leaves it up until the ball is on its way.
And Williams, after getting ahead, increasingly well for the Marlins, with Cooper having a big year. And he swings through the fastball for strike 3. And Trevor Williams, he said. And he swings at the first. I knew it. I just knew it. That is the second lowest in baseball. And changeup misses down from Trevor. A ball and a strike. Home runs and drove in 108. But on Tuesday, he did something he had never done before. After 2,300.
What?
His first Major League stolen base. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 2-2.
That's worthy of taking.
The whole ceremony gave him the base. 2-2. Little looper on the right side, and there is Alonso to call. And unlike Scherzer, Williams does not run into Pete. Did you see that the other day?
I did.
Sometimes Max gets so amped up, he doesn't remember. Really, really struggling. Chases a slider. He chases pitches at.
A career offensive year.
And the slider misses to Garcia. Ball and 2 strikes. In that outing, 7-3 loss. Trying to bounce back from that. And he strikes out Garcia. 3 strikeouts in the first 5 batters for Trevor Williams. But sometimes that can get you in trouble. Here's Jesus Sanchez. It's like we were talking about with David Peterson last night. You know, he was fastball and hit it out of the ballpark. And that's going to happen from time to time. Popped up foul off the left side by Sanchez, and it's 0-2.
Now this
field to go with that power. 0-2 from Williams, and that's slashed foul. 0-2 coming, and Williams bounces one. Well, the Marlins have got 12 in the.
He's saying yes, not no.
And the fastball away. Career appearances, 3 career starts against the Marlins. And Sanchez flies one to shallow right. And Marte in a few strides. And that retires the side. 6 off in the 3rd against Trevor Williams is off to a fast start. When Trevor has had problems, they've generally come early in time through. Tonight, so far so good. Anderson fouls off. He's now 29 years old. And he takes a slider out of the strike zone. 2-1. Were drafted a year apart by the Marlins. Another good slider, and it's 2-2. Williams.
Big number 17 in center field here.
Fly ball foul. Well, it is the weekend of Keith.
That's right.
The weather's nice. 2-2 to Anderson, and he tries to hold the swing on the high fastball. And a check swing tapper down to first, and Alonso makes the play to Williams. 1 out. 7 up in 7. And he takes a slider for a strike. He said produced no symptoms at all. Carr foul off the right out of play. Bassett said for Monday in Atlanta. 0-2 coming. And it's off the plate 1-2. And it looks like it's up and away to Rojas 2-2. Did you get to watch Max's start the other night?
I did. I mean, just dynamite.
Any differences for you?
A lot of breaking balls early in the count and then putting hitters away with his fastball. But I just haven't seen him be that economical in his start. What did 70-something pitches and 11 punch-outs?
Well, you hear what he said?
No.
We're in the tank. 3-2 coming to Rojas, and he pokes one the other way past Alonso and down the line. Rojas takes the turn. Marte fields it. He's going to try for second. Marte's throw skips by Lindor, backed up by Escobar, and Rojas is safe at second. It's home run in Miami against Adam Ottavino. And he flies this one to shallow right. Marte coming toward the line. Rojas is going to tag, but he's not going to go anywhere. Might challenge up Marte once, but not the second. Birdie, who struck out to lead off the game. That's hit hard. Lindor with a nice pickup. Handled it with a plum, and he throws out the speedy birdie to end the inning. There's a big-time play by Lindor. Pre-game Saturday at 3, right here on SNY. Joey Wendell bluffs the bunt, takes a strike as we start the fourth.
Over and under between you and I. Keep it secret.
I mean, he's an emotional guy.
I think it's going to be tough. You know, he's going to have his daughters here, his brother here, family. Exactly.
We'll take a changeup out of the strike zone, 2-1. Makes me that there's an entire generation of Mets fans. Wendell flies one to center, and Nimmo should have plenty of room. An entire generation of fans.
His ties here. I just.
Another fly ball to center by Cooper. This one a little deeper, but Nimmo should have room for this one as well. 2 out.
2 quick outs from Williams. No, that's a big statement, but I'll live by it.
Aguilar takes a strike, and I know sitting here with him for the last 7. Sure, it was that way when he was playing with you as well.
It's Yo-Yo Ma knows music. Keith knows
his first time up, and he goes down swinging to end the inning.
Zone.
And they start the games early there at 6:40. Well, Trevor Williams now staked to
pitch count is very good so far.
Abasil Garcia grounds one down to third, ranging wide Escobar, the spin, the fire, and Alonso stays on the bag. Nicely done at both ends. In front of Lindor to field that ball. Here's Jesus Sanchez. And after the play was over, Escobar and Lindor together.
It's new all the time because of the way the shift works. I thought that was an interesting way to look at it.
And the example he used was, say, in a shift against a right from the play and would have to throw long against his backhand. Are you doing yourself a favor? Driven to center field by Sanchez, and Nimmo makes a tremendous play. Oh, wow. 2 out. Here's Brian Anderson. Anderson grounded out his first time up.
I mean, we've been lucky enough to watch Brandon's entire career, and we knew he was going to be a good player. I don't think it's going to have a lot of teams interested, including his own team. 2-hopper for Lindor, and he throws low, and Alonso over the first 5 innings, and that was Miguel Rojas, who leads off in the 6th and takes a strike. Done for this ball club this year. You look at the record and you look at his ERA and you say, well, pretty pedestrian, but he's eaten up a. Zach Pop is up in the bullpen for the Marlins. And Rojas tops one just foul. You know, when Bassett couldn't go because he tested positive, well, it's Trevor Williams who ends up getting the call at the last second. You know, when the year began, one of the sagged once DeGrom went down. As Rojas strikes out on the slider by Williams, and that's strikeout number 5 for Trevor. Game, because I don't judge him what he does with Max Scherzer or Jacob DeGrom. I judge by what he does with up-and-coming pitchers that are trying to make their mark, and he's done a fine job. David Peterson, a Drew Smith. I mean, the list can go on and on.
Williams
a guy that can have success in this role, which is maybe the most difficult role that you ask for out of a pitcher, as he gets another strikeout right there.
As a starting pitcher, it may have been for a relatively brief period of time, but that year in 2018 with the Pirates, the second half of the year, he might have been the best in terms of, at least for a short period of time, knowing what it's like to be an enormously successful starter, and yet has been willing for. You have to make adjustments on the fly.
Now that's pressure.
Betcha.
I'll pitch when I'm asked to pitch, no matter what inning it is, and I'll do my best. That's what it's about.
And at the same time, be honest when you're not able. I mean, we saw that with 2-2 to John Birdie with 2 out. And this is lifted to shallow right. And Marte in a few strides. And Trevor Williams through 6 scoreless innings. He's retired. Do all comedians love the man?
But a lot of comedians.
Joey Wendell drives one out to center, and back goes Nimmo to grab it. 12 in a row retired. Barry Cooper, who's 0 for 2, struck out and flied out. So Trevor Williams 6 1/3 tonight. It's his longest outing since 2020 for the Pirates against Minnesota. So Jake Reed up in the bullpen, just recalled today with Adonis Medina, and it was ever thus. Although different a little bit this year with the limit on the number of times that you can opt fungible bullpen guys are concerned.
I think Medina was the 27th man a couple of times. Again, not fair.
Yeah. Well, there were guys last year who were jerked up Uber rides from Syracuse. 2-2 coming, and he waves and misses. Cooper down on strikes. And Trevor Williams, 18 in a row retired by Williams, who's allowed only 1 base runner all night. Miguel Rojas doubled down the right field line.
Or throw a pitch that starts as a ball and ends up a strike. That's really the science to it. Exactly. Watch those guys on Fifth Avenue.
Carved to shallow right. McNeil out, diving, can't quite make the play. Aguilar's going to try and lumber to second, challenging Marte, and the scoop and the tag, and he's out. What a terrible play.